Welcome back to day 8 of the Moose Hustlesports Run It Up Challenge. Today we are at $432 from last night, and I'll share that with you guys as we cover the lineups that we used yesterday, giving out our Hustle Sports. And of course, you're with your boy Moose. Just a little background about me. Let me know about any questions you guys have in the comments about who I am or what I'm doing covering these. But I've loved esports since day one. I've been playing video games since Counter-Strike 1.2. I used to coach in Counter-Strike, and now I've moved on to doing DFS and League of Legends and betting, as Counter-Strike right now has been kind of up and down with the online world. But that's kind of a little bit about my background. I used to play the first DFS tournaments with League of Legends when they first came out, and I won the first ever big tournament that they held called the Juggernaut, and that was a big $4,000 first place single entry. That was a legendary tournament, and that was what got me my previous couple of jobs in the DFS community. And now I've been kind of just growing it myself since. So just going to cover the basics here, guys. As always, just going to make sure you guys know about my Twitter here. You can contact me with any questions, honeymoose@protonmail.com. That's my email. You can also just hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/mooseesports. And please check out patreon.com/hustlesports. Get on there, get lineups for every single DFS slow slate that we have. And yeah, I think we'll be dabbling in CSGO as well. I'm pretty much wanted to get a nice sample size of data before I enter the market, but I think now is going to be the time where we get involved, especially with more and more people that are interested in lineups. LoL has always been my more profitable take, so just wanted to kind of go over what we did and how we've been doing so far in this Run It Up challenge. We started a week ago, and this week we started with $100. That was my starting point, and I've been betting about 20% or so since. I think I went a little bit heavier in day 4 and day 5. I bet about half our stake there, but I was very confident in the LPL lineup. So basically, the slates that I've been covering so far are LPL, LCK, and LPL and LCK, and LPL and LCK, and LC and LCS, and all these other slates that have been popping up for us. We are also going to add CB LOL. I think I've got a pretty good grip on there as well. So there's going to be definitely a lot of cash games for us. So yesterday we won in the LCS column and the LPL column. From the 300, I played 20%, $60 in the LCS, and then we won that. So I played another 20% on the 2-game slate for LPL. It was a small contest, so I didn't want to play too much money, but we did end up cashing there as well. So let's go over my lineup. I just wanted to feature you guys with the lineup that I used. This is my cash lineup. I put it into the Triumphant Warrior, which is a 3-3-3 single entry buy-in, and we did really well. We placed second, and we won $1,000 on my main account. So definitely something that I'm proud of in terms of how we've been putting together our lineup and using the projections that we have from paydirt.ghost.io. I'm going to feature you for you guys right here. Here it is. This is where you get all your LoL, DFS, and CSGO projections from paydirt.ghost.io. James, thank you so much again. The guy hooks it up every night, explains everything in detail so you understand every single one of his metrics in terms of team efficiency and what to do and who to play and why that's the case. So I was kind of scared when I saw Cloud9 doing so well, and because our Cloud9 exposure was only Niski when, Sven had a 44-point game, Blabber has a 39-point game. I think even Vulcan had a 36-point game. So we definitely had the second to worst player in our exposure, but I wanted to get Bjorksen with his super high projection in the captain spot. And from there, it was all about just depending on making sure that we saw TSM win and FlyQuest win. I was pretty confident that FlyQuest were going to beat Liquid based on their previous performance against EG the day before, and the lineup ended up cashing nicely. As you guys can see, we placed second in this 50-50 or double up, and then several other 50-50s. But the TSM, they just can't close games. They always draw things out, and this is why we get plays like this, where we get Spica at 40 points, we get Bjorksen at the 67 mark, one away from pushing us probably into the 264, I think. So we could have done even better, I think, if Bjorksen had gotten one or two more kills, but that's about it. So then going to take a look at our other lineup that we played yesterday on the 2-game slate. Didn't play anything crazy. I see a lot of people probably went with Beishang. Yeah, I decided to go with Zoom. I thought Zoom would be definitely the play, and because of Beishang's poor performance. Kanavi was actually the play, I think, right? 93. Let's check. So Zoom over here putting on a 88.6 point performance. Yagao with the, I think, 98, and then Kanavi, I believe, put on a 93. So yeah, a little bit better performance from Kanavi. So the chalk won, but I'm always okay with using the paydirt.ghost.io projections on this 2-game slate, and that pretty much helped us out in terms of figuring out how to cash. Remember, our goal is to cash. It's not to place first, it's to cash. If we just keep cashing, then we'll start dabbling in some GPPs, but right now, the goal is to cash every night. And so far, as you can see, based on this, we are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1 over the last week, and we ran our $100 to a 4.32x, which is awesome. So let's take it from here. Let's take a look at tonight's slate. Let's see what's going on. So tonight we have a bonanza special of Vici Gaming and Rogue Warriors. Vici minus 315. That is quite a big statement for a 2-5 team. A minus 315 against Rogue Warriors, who have yet to get their first win. And then we have Suning going up against the very well coveted, my personal, all my hate, E-Star. E-Star let me down so much this year, and I will definitely be targeting Vici and Suning. And I might be actually more interested in the Suning because I know how many points E-Star give up. Rogue Warriors also give up a significant amount of points. So let's just take a look at the slate. So as we can see, Vici and Suning are going to be our most expensive pieces. It looks like a repeat of yesterday. So let's just do what we did yesterday then. And I'm going to have to come up with 3 minutes to make up in this video. So let's see what we can do. Like I said, we can't combine with lineups. So maybe I'll talk a little bit more about lineup construction. As always, like I said, we want to try to start with the top. So if we could make our way up top, let's see, we try to pick up a cheaper carry like Zeka. And then we'll pair him with Angel. And then we'll do something like a Leon. Man, but see, if you look at the pricing difference here, you see Leon is 66. Sophom is 68, right? The $200 price difference here isn't what we need. We need something like, is it all 200? Okay, so it's all 200 today. So actually Suning is actually going to be our team for today. I saw yesterday, I believe what one was using just Loken in the captain slot and then just using DMO as the team slot. That is an option that I will show you guys. It's not one that I particularly like to go with for cash, but for GPP, I think it's definitely a solid play. So again, we have Hang here and Sword Art. So let's just take people I just like. I like Q better than Ben. I like Sophom better than Leon. I like iBoy and Huan Feng about the same. Huan Feng. I think iBoy's a little bit more somebody we want. So let's just take iBoy here. So based on what we have here, maybe we take Hang. And we basically get everything we want handed to us on a silver platter. Yeah, boy. So tonight is going to be Chalk City. Chalk City, boys. This is going to be Chalk City. So how do we differentiate ourselves when you can fit triple carry lineups tonight in what is going to be most likely just a shootout? Well, one player that you got to look is if you're saving money with Zeka. Let's see if it's the same with iBoy. I don't think you'll be able to save the same amount with iBoy. So yeah. So the way you would differentiate your lineup this way is feature the more expensive players. Throw in Huan Feng in there. Throw in Cube. Throw in Sophom. Throw in Angel. Throw in iBoy. And then maybe work it with like a 3-3 stack with Hang or Sword Art. Either one works. I mean, they both can do the work. I think Sword Art is the better player, long-time vet. But, you know, he's just a very solid player. So then something like this would probably work better, where you feature one of the teams and you make that work for you. And this was kind of the combination that won yesterday, where you had a team slot be the opposite team. So you basically need Rogue Warriors to take a game off of Vici, or you need E-Star to take a game off of Suning. And I think Rogue Warriors can do it. I think Rogue Warriors can actually take a game off. They're very bad at macro, but if they get the early lead, then yeah. So let's let's just say, how would we build this lineup if we thought that Rogue Warriors were going to win it all? So let's say Rogue Warriors actually beat Vici and get their first win. I mean, what are the odds, like, if I told you a team is actually going to go 0-16 again? Probably not high, right? Because, they play each other once, and somebody's got to slip, right? So I think one of these teams does slip tonight. I would hope so if we want some money. So let's say we build something more along the lines of a Ruby, right? Or Ruby or something, or Jean Bougie with a 2-0. So let's say we think about Rogue Warriors and Sunni. Oh, okay, now we're talking. So Rogue Warriors, they score a lot of kills and they win. So who do we want? Do we want Angel? Do we want Huang Fang? Let's go with the standard 80 carry setup. So this Holder crazy situation, I think Holder's been playing, but I don't like him. I'll just put Bit in here. And then I think if you are going to run a Rogue Warrior stack, you have to include Haro. Haro is a player that is very aggressive on champions like Nidalee and Rek'Sai. So I definitely like him, especially in our early matchup. So maybe something along the lines of this. And then maybe we top it off, and then we give it. So this is a common question right here that comes down. It's like, what team slot do I use when I'm building a stack like this? Well, if you're building an upset stack, you're expecting the team. So when a team plays from behind, or when they play worse, especially a team like Rogue Warriors, it's going to take them probably a longer time to win unless they're completely snowballing. And it's going to be kind of them backtracking, positioning, making mistakes. So when a team gets ahead like this early, I think what you want them to do is draw the game out. So I would personally pair your team slot with the people you're captaining. Of course, this is just something that I've seen work in GPPs. It worked for me with the TSM lineup that you guys saw the other day. So you guys know that it works. You guys know that this is how you kind of carry this stuff out in terms of what happens. But if you really want to differentiate yourself, I think a lot of people won't be looking Rogue Warriors way tonight. If you're looking for the E-Star differentiation, I think you just take Wink. I think you just take Wink, and then you take Zeka and iBoy maybe, and then just completely fade Fun. I think Fun's a good player. I just haven't seen him do anything better than a 91, and Wink is a monster. Xiaoxi is a really good support. He just hasn't shown up. Again, you would want to pair the E-Star here, expecting E-Star to draw out games and keeping it long, or perhaps just mix it up and put Vici. You can do a 4-3 stack if you want and just put Vici, right? You could do something like Vici and then just fill out the rest of your lineup with Wei looking for some bigger games, and then obviously the top laner that you want to feature in Xiaobai or Cube. But sure, you can do a 4-3 play if you think that E-Star have a better chance of winning or have a better chance of scoring points or higher points, then the Vici stack might not be it. And a lot of the times, people split it down the middle, but I think that this probably makes more sense if you do like a 3-3 stack and you get exposure to more teams. But again, it's all random. You really don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes you're just on the ball, and sometimes Xiaoxi puts up 40 points, and you're just like, okay, well, I really like Xiaoxi, but he hasn't done anything. So I think Hangul, obviously, people will see his 38.8 and think that he's not a good player. I think that that'll be a good thing to feature. But yeah, I mean, play around a little bit and see what you guys go with. I think, as usual, we're just playing the basic 20% tonight. So our goal is to keep expanding our esports wins, keep expanding our esports betting, and get more members. As you guys can see in the screenshot, we had a nice 5-1 run. Would have been in 6-0 if E-Star decided to actually beat Vici. They ended up getting 1-2'd. And yeah, Vici are capable of winning games, but do they want to? It doesn't look like it. So basically, my goal is always to expand my knowledge and expand as much as I can of the work I'm doing with the people. So please check me out at patreon.com/hustlesports. Check me out on twitter.com/moosesports. And as always, like, comment, sub, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Leave a question in the comments, and I'd love to help anybody. Even if you're not subbed, pop me a message and I'll gladly help you build a lineup. I honestly don't care. I just want to spread the knowledge and get as many people interested in me and what I do. And this is a part of that. So again, thank you guys. Have a great rest of your week and enjoy a happy Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.